move so much I can't keep up. Is that it? Kristen, did you take Pipe's temperature? He's never been so nice to me. I don't think he's feeling right, but Pipe's a unique guy. You know, he's the only. I got a buddy back here, Bob, sitting there, who's the king of nicknames, and Bob is great at giving nicknames, but usually to other people. Pipe gave himself nicknames better than anybody I've been around. In college, he gave himself the nickname King. No ego there, huh? And then, as you know, we got older, we were playing Oklahoma, and Billy Tubbs and their crew, and they had Wayman Tisdale, no, it wasn't Tisdale, it was Stacy King and Harvey Grant were on the team, and Pipe just thought they were criminals, so he nicknamed himself the Sheriff. The Sheriff took him down in the national championship, and he did a great job, and then, yeah, great day. And then, as you know, Pipe got into broadcasting and radio and TV and all that stuff, and he called me up one day and he says, "Hey, Turge, it's Golden Throat." True stories. If I could only tell you the nicknames we have for him. I did want to fight that weight coach. I couldn't beat anybody up, but I wanted to fight him. I probably lifted more weight that day than I ever lifted, but obviously, being back in my hometown, I'm excited. It's great to see so many people here today. A lot of familiar faces. Of course, I got to introduce. I have my brother over here, Jim, my older and better-looking brother, Jim Turgeon. Wave, Jim. Give him a hand. Two younger and much better-looking sisters, Cindy and Jennifer, over there. Give them a hand. Husband Sean's over there. He likes me for two reasons. One is my sister, and two, he wears the same shoe size as me. So a lot of hand-me-down shoes over there. And then my mom, stand up, Mom, over there. My mom taught me a lot of things. She gave me toughness. She not as tough as Terry over here, but showed me toughness. And to go after what I wanted in life. She always said, "You can do whatever you want, Mark." But the most prominent thing she gave me was my nose. And, thanks, Mom, for that. My wife, Ann, stand up, Ann, real quick. My beautiful wife, Ann. Beautiful inside now. We've been married for almost 19 years now. We've been happily married for about 17. We've been in 7 different cities, and she's a special woman. She's a single parent most of the time, and does a tremendous job with it. And doesn't mean I don't try to screw our kids up. I was going after the Dad Award, Dad of the Year Award. When you move as much as we move, and hopefully this is our last, we had to promise a few things to our kids. So I promised my youngest, Leo, who's a spitting image of me, so he's a little wild. Promised him a bike. So one day in Maryland, and you know, funny story about Maryland, Mom told me which way to come this morning because of morning traffic. Well, I see more cars in the first 2 minutes in Maryland than I saw the whole ride over here this morning. And so I promised Leo a bike. So we go get him a bike, and so we get the bike, and we're going in, and I put the bike try to put it in the trunk. Doesn't fit in the trunk. Okay, so I have to put the bike in the back seat, so I'm not going to put Leo in the trunk, so I got to put Leo in the front seat, and he's not supposed to be in the front seat, only being 6 years old. And in Maryland, you have all these traffic laws, and from 4 to 6, you can't drive into our neighborhood. Well, I'm usually not around 4 to 6, so it's 4:02, and I pull in the neighborhood. I'm going for it. Kids in the front seat, I'm going to pull in the neighborhood. Next block, there's a cop. And my mom taught me this word. I said, "Oh shit." Sorry, Kate. Sorry, Kate. And I used to say that all the time, Mom. And I look over at Leo, and he's just smiling. He says, "Dad, that's a bad word." So I'm negotiating the whole way home. "Okay, Leo, that's between me and you. Don't tell your mom. You can never repeat it. Definitely don't say it at school." Gotcha. So we go home. About 3 hours later, we're doing our deal, and Ann and I are at the top of the steps, and I'm like, "Leo, come on, Leo, it's time to go upstairs. We've got to clean up our room and take a bath." And he said, "Oh, Dad." And he starts coming up, and you hear him coming up the stairs. And he turns the corner, he looks up at me, and he says, "Dad, I'm thinking about saying the S word. So that was just inside the house. So I thought maybe I still had a chance to be Dad of the Year. And one of Ann's friends called from Maryland and said, I got a great story. He said, we were driving down the road, there was a bunch of first graders. Leo's a kindergartner. And so there's a bunch of first graders, and there's a little kid in the back seat who said a bad word, so she turned down the radio and said, now we don't say that in our car. And she said, okay. So there was no more cursing going on. I got quiet and turned the radio up a little bit, and one of the little first graders looked at one of the other kids and says, do you know that Leo kid in kindergarten? He knows all the curse words. And the other kid said, where did he learn it? And the kid said, from his dad.